What is going on, everybody? First and foremost, good morning to all those who live in the U.S. And if y'all live in the U.K. or any other country, depending on what time it is, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I'm not sure. But with that being said, today's video is going to be my predictions for NXT's In Your House, which is supposed to be airing today, sometime tonight. I was going to do this video last night, but I just ended up being way too tired, so I figured I'd do it now. Pretty much every title is on the line, which is pretty interesting. I don't think we see that quite often. Maybe we do, but I probably don't pay as much attention as I should. But with that being said, again, there's about 6 matches on this card, which actually should be pretty good. There's a few that I'm really looking forward to, so I'm not going to start in any particular order. We got Legado del Fantasma taking on the Family. This feud's been pretty decent. It's not like the greatest feud, but for what it is, it's been pretty decent. Tony D'Angelo's momentum seems to be going pretty well, and I'm glad they're doing something with him a little bit. It's hard to say. Legado del Fantasma, they've been doing pretty decent. I feel like as of recently, since the change, maybe even when before the NXT 2.0 change, I just feel like they're just one of those groups that had the potential, but they've just been pretty stale. They still haven't won the NXT tag team titles. They still haven't gotten the NXT North American or even the NXT World title. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And now they have, I don't know if it's like a heel versus heel, or, you know, the Family is a face. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm going with the Family. I just feel like it makes sense. Who knows what's going to happen with Legado del Fantasma. I really hope they move it to the main roster. I really do not want to see them be part of the next cut. I would really hate that. And I feel like if they did, then that's a big loss for WWE and NXT. They just haven't really been doing a whole lot, and I hate it. I really do. And considering there's 4 of them now, I couldn't see why a 5th member could be involved. And, well, actually, you could probably do 8 members to capture pretty much all the NXT titles. That would be the women's title, the women's tag team titles, the men's tag team titles, the North American Championship, and the World Heavyweight Championship. I think it would be pretty cool, but unfortunately they're not going to go that route. But I'm picking the Family. We have the NXT Tag Team Championship match between Pretty Deadly and the Creed Brothers. So this storyline with the Creed Brothers, I think, is pretty decent. I don't know what they're doing with Roderick Strong. I think this is kind of their way of just splitting everybody up, getting rid of the Diamond Mine storyline and group and gimmick altogether, which is unfortunate because this had a lot of potential. But since the last cut, you know, they released Tyler Rust and another wrestler that was part of that group, and of course the guy who was doing, you know, the manager, I can't remember his name. He left, and now he's in AEW, which is crazy to think. That's pretty much the Adam Cole, the Adam Cole situation. You know, Adam Cole left, gave it like a month or two, and he shows up to the next, the next pay-per-view for AEW. And it's just crazy to think that, we're going to go on a year now, or getting close to a year for Adam Cole being in the company. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be the opportunity to kind of split it. But at the same time, Roderick Strong could be the reason why the Creed Brothers win the tag team titles. because there's a few things with this match. Pretty Deadly wins, then the Creed brothers are out of Diamond Mine. But if the Creed brothers win, then they stay and they become the NXT tag team champions. It's hard to say. Pretty Deadly's been going pretty well, but the Creed brothers, this is what no, it won't be the third time, because no, twice they fought against the Viking Raiders. So if anything, I'm going with Pretty Deadly. I feel like this is going to be the end of Diamond Mine. And I feel like maybe this is what's going to potentially get the Creed brothers the gold. I feel like they need to be out of Diamond Mine in order to win. Maybe that's what's holding them back, is being in that group. And that may be the storyline where they do lose. They're out of Diamond Mine. They're winning their matches. And then they win the tag team titles, and they realize that Roderick Strong has been the one holding them back the whole time. And I feel like it could lead to that. And I don't know if I got it on camera, guys, but my stomach is rumbling, so I hope I didn't get that on camera. And if I did, that's pretty funny. Then we have the NXT Women's Tag Team Toxic Attraction taking on Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. I'm pretty excited about this match because I like Katana Chance, which is like Casey something, I can't remember her name. I like her, and I like Kaden Carter. Before NXT 2.0 came, they were doing pretty decent. They were in the storyline with what is her name? Zia something, or I don't know, I can't remember. It's been so long, and you see all the good people go, but Zaya Ali or something like that, I can't even remember her name. But they had a feud with that, and then it was just like, the change came, and everybody kind of just went one way or another. And then they just kind of, they kind of been on the back burner. You haven't really seen them do anything until now, where they're starting to be part of this big storyline with Toxic Attraction. I really don't want to see Toxic Attraction win. They lost them. They won. They lost. No, let's go back a little bit. They won the titles. They lose them to Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Then they win them again, and the circumstances it was stupid. You drop the titles, you end up winning them back. Then you just turn around and you push up Raquel Gonzalez to the main roster, and then you release Dakota Kai. Like, what the hell? And I think that would have been a great redemption, because yes, they were the first ever NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, and they lost them the same night and never even got a chance to show what they could do as a team. And I think that is a loss of potential, because I feel like they could have really had some great feuds. But I'm going with, I gotta go with Katana and Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. I think it's time for the titles to switch hands. Who else are they gonna get? Right now, that seems to be the only team, from what I've seen, it seems to be the only team. But that also could lead to potential of Cora Jade and Nikita Lyons, I believe is her name. They could be a potential tag team, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going with them. Then we have the NXT Women's Championship, Mandy Rose versus Wendy Chu. This should be a pretty good match. I'm sure it's going to come on before the tag team match, but Mandy Rose has been doing great. She's kind of that same situation with Finn Balor. Wasn't doing a whole lot on the main roster. Terrible storylines, losing matches. She goes to NXT, and bam, she's doing great. They put the title on her. They did it with Finn Balor. Unfortunately, Mandy Rose will probably fall into the same boat as Finn Balor, go back to the main roster. Not doing a whole lot. I mean, they're doing pretty well now with Styles and Balor. I think that should open up a potential for a tag team, but I don't know where Mandy Rose is going to sit. I do feel like when the some of these characters go back to NXT, I do feel like it helps them in some way, and it also helps them put over the younger talent. But I feel like it's time for Wendy Chu to pick up this win. This feud's been going pretty well. Toxic Attraction has been getting the upper hand more than the other three, but I feel like Wendy Chu is definitely going to pick up this win. We have the North American Championship. Cameron Grimes versus Carmelo Hayes. I like Carmelo Hayes. I think he's a fantastic star. Definitely one of my personal favorites. And Cameron Grimes is doing pretty well as well. So I am looking forward to a really great match. I feel like that Carmelo Hayes is, I guess, friend, partner, bodyguard, whatever you want to call him, is going to try to get involved in this match if he's out there at ringside. But then I think the Usos' younger brother, what is his name? Solo something. I can't remember. I feel like he will help Cameron Grimes because even Cameron has stated that he is next in line. So I see Cameron Grimes picking up the win. He just won the title and he hasn't really had a whole lot of he hasn't had a whole lot of chances to have title matches. He won it. He had I think he had one title defense, and then that was it, and then this one. But I do feel like was it Solo Sikoa or something like that, I believe is his name. I do believe he will win. He will beat Cameron Grimes for the North American Championship. So I feel like with this, they're going to have Cameron Grimes pick up the win. I don't see Carmelo Hayes picking up this win at all. So going with Cameron Grimes. And then we have the NXT Championship, Braun Breaker taking on Joe Gacy. This feud's been alright. I like Joe Gacy. I think he's pretty good. I've seen him, in other things, in other companies, and really good. The problem is I feel like they're trying a little too hard to basically make him another Bray Wyatt type of character, and he does seem like that. Of course, they got rid of Parker Bodox or whatever the hell his name is, the Brock Lesnar looking dude, which was a shocker to everyone. But I think a lot of the reasons of his release was the fact that he just wasn't doing too well with training. So they kind of just dropped him, and now Joe Gacy's by himself. Braun Breaker has been doing great, but I feel like Braun Breaker's going to lose the title. I feel like I don't know, he could retain and have a new contender, but the way I see it, Braun Breaker may be going up to the main roster sooner than later. I get that weird feeling. And also, I feel like if Braun Breaker does go to the main roster, he will have the Steiner name. I feel like that is the proper way to do it. And that's one of the issues I have so much. Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, these are second generation, even third generation superstars. You let Randy Orton use his name, second generation superstar, or actually third. Excuse me. You allow Cody Rhodes, who is also a second generation superstar. You had Ted DiBiase. So you have these other stars who were second or third generation superstars to use their name. But guys like Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Braun Breaker, you're not allowing them to use their name. I mean, Charlotte Flair Look at her. You know, she's a prime example. They're trying to make her the female version of Ric Flair, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. That's one of my biggest issues with Charlotte Flair, is that she can't be her own person. She is a carbon copy of her dad, and I don't feel like that's right. I mean, look at Randy Orton. Randy Orton is the prime example of doing a second generation superstar the right way. He is not a cowboy. He's not, trying to be a different version of his dad. No, Randy Orton is being his own star. That's why he's won these multiple championships and has had such a long career. But when you look at Charlotte Flair, you think, oh, she's just a female version of her dad. And it's true. It's very, very true. Look how many title wins she has had. Look how undefeated her pay-per-view streak was. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't feel like that's right. Let the star be their own star. And I think Curtis Axel could have been like that. I think he could have been a better version. I mean, I love Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. He's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. But I feel like he could have been up there, right there, maybe be even better than his father. Pick up wins, become a world champion. I feel like it could have worked, but they decided not to. They made him this really crappy gimmick. Now he's went back with the company doing backstage stuff, but I that's the one thing I hate about WWE, is they shit on their second and third generation superstars with these terrible gimmicks and acts, and just, I hate it so much. I really, really hate it so much. But I do feel like Joe Gacy's going to get this. Braun Breaker's already a 2-time champion. I don't feel like there's anybody else to feud with him at this moment other than Joe Gacy, and I feel like the title needs to change hands. I feel like it's time for somebody else to be part of this, this main event status. So I'm definitely picking up Joe Gacy. So to just give a quick recap on my predictions, I have the family picking up the win against Legado del Fantasma. I have Pretty Deadly retaining the NXT tag team titles and seeing the Creed brothers be released from the Diamond Mine group. I see Caden Carter and Katana Chance picking up the win over Toxic Attraction and becoming the new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. I have Wendy Chu picking up the win over Mandy Rose and becoming the new NXT Women's Champion. I see Cameron Grimes picking up the win and retaining the North American Championship. And I see Joe Gacy picking up the win and becoming the newly crowned NXT World Champion. So those are my predictions for NXT In Your House 2022. I want to thank you guys for tuning into this video. Give it a like. We're getting close to the 200 subscribers. I am at 171, so let's keep it going. We hit that 200 mark. I'm going to be throwing my first contest, so let's get to that goal. And if you haven't, and you're a fan of movies, you're a fan of wrestling, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Film Talk with Mikey. We talk about films, movie related topics, wrestling related topics and things like that. So hit the notification bell so you guys are notified when I upload a video. But with that being said, thank you, and until next time, I'll see you in a future video. Peace.